Hi there, it's James. Welcome back to another video. We are out walking, but as a thumbnail and title would suggest, it's a little bit different to my norm. I want to bring you kind of behind the camera a little bit. So if you watch any YouTube video, it's nicely edited, it's all nice and smooth, it all looks pretty, even mine sometimes. But what you don't see is, unless you actually make videos, what you don't see is the bits behind the camera, all the bits that go wrong, all the editing, all the bits that don't make the edit, all that sort of stuff. But for me it's doubly difficult because since the age of maybe 4 or 5 I've suffered with a stammer, stutter, whatever you want to call it. But what I'm going to try and do on this video, I'm going to try and shoot it all in one go rather than doing little bits, just to see if I can do it and see how it goes. So this is very much new territory, which is why I've come out somewhere familiar, somewhere I know, somewhere I'm comfortable, because it's little things that potentially are going to make this video better or easier. Anyway, my little journey, if you like, started I was maybe 4 or 5, like I say, at school. You're doing that class thing, class participation they call it, don't they? Where the teacher goes around the class asking a question, you've all got to whack your hand up and say your piece. So I remember it like it was yesterday, I really do. The topic of discussion was what our parents did for work. Now it got to little old me, stuck my hand up, whereas my should have come out came As you can imagine, a class full of 4 or 5-year-olds erupted laughter. I felt about that big, incredibly stupid, not really knowing what was happening. So yeah, that was kind of my first introduction to life with a stammer, I suppose. I've had speech therapy, and it was kind of manageable. It's kind of evolved as I've grown. I won't say grown up because I've not grown up. As I've gotten older, it's changed. There's a few different styles. What's the word? Stammering comes across in different ways. Like I said, there's the blocking, which I suffer with, which is where you know what you want to say, but it gets to a point, even through a basic sentence, and the word just gets to a point it doesn't come out, and you have to fill that void in. 9 times out of 10 with me, it's a swear word, unfortunately, or a like or an so like that. It's difficult. I tell you what, this is so hard doing this in one shot. I've been wanting to do this video for ages, and I've got it all up here and it's getting it to come out. But anyway, so when I was younger, it was the physically not being able to get the word out. Your sort of stereotypical stammer, like I said, the that sort of thing. There's a name for it, I can't remember the name for it. I have written notes, I'll refer to my notes. So I'll leave you with that. While I check these notes, I'm going to leave you with flooded River Trent. Yeah, so repetition is fluency, is the that sort of one. The prolongations is a stretched out, trying to get a word out, like you can say where, for example, you're going, This sounds really horrible, but that's the kind. I'm just trying to give you an example. Whereas mine is the blocks and the tension. So, like I say, I get to a point where the word just does not want to come out. I know what I want to say, and it just gets to a point, and something in my head, some sort of connection there between head and this big opening in the front of my head, front of my face, sorry. It just doesn't work properly. Some days it's better, some days it's pretty easy, some days it's quite bad. So growing up, it was kind of manageable, but what I didn't realise is the kind of passive effect it was having on things like social things, relationships, friendships, and all that sort of stuff. So school life, I was one that was never was any school plays, all that sort of stuff. The thought of public speaking absolutely scared the shit out of me. It really did, and it still does. I couldn't do it now. This is as close to public speaking as I'm probably ever going to get, because I'm doing it. It's unedited. I can't crop these bits out. I'm determined to do this bit unedited. So I can read. Of course I can read. I can read without stammering, because it's kind of, I can connect with the words on the page or whatever it is I'm reading. I can sing to a point without stammering. Classic example. Remember, with Pop Idol, wouldn't it? Remember Gareth Gates? He struggled. He had the repetition stammer. Opened his mouth to sing. Phew. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. So there's a prime example. It's weird. It's really weird. Because you think, don't you? You're talking. You do it every day. You do it every day without. You don't even think about talking, do you? But until you struggle with it, it's difficult to explain it and get it across. But anyway, the whole ethos behind this channel isn't just getting outside for getting outside's sake. It was started because when I had a bit of a mental health, I had a big mental health dip about maybe 7-8 years ago. I've covered this before on the channel, but doing all this really helped. As well as I was having therapy, I was having group CBT, that sort of thing, and as I was having one-on-one, and in the one-on-one we kind of looked at things that I'd not really processed and dealt with. So I'm the most laid-back human in the world. It's one of my best traits and one of my worst traits, because I'm like my own worst enemy sometimes. Yeah, the therapy and the stammer was one of the things that got brought up, and we went back to that day at school, and then what happened in the years, and how it did affect me socially, friendships, relationships, all that sort of stuff. Because I was in my shell because of it. Introvert, don't I call it introvert? Introversy, is that a word? I know they did it one take to change the sodding battery on GoPro. Anyway, yeah, so all through therapy we dealt with that, and we looked at how it'd affect me going forward. I'm not growing up, because I'm not grown up, getting older. So doing this, talking to a camera, whacking the video together, and let's be right, even though my channel's bombed a little bit over the past few months, every time you put a video up on YouTube, your potential audience is millions. So that's millions of judgments, millions of people who's going to have an opinion, and for me personally, this is therapy. This is therapy. But I know there's probably people out there. I know there'll be people out there. Because I know a couple of people that suffer with stammers, various forms, various ways it affects them. And there's people that are a hell of a lot worse off than me when it comes to a stammer. And I mean, really, mine's mild. I put mine very much in the mild. I'm not making this video for sympathy. Far from it. I just want to put you behind the camera in my shoes, because it's part of my story. It's part of the channel story, I suppose. It's my channel and I can do what I want with it, can't I? So, but there you go. Yeah, mine's mild. It really is mild. But there's people out there that really suffer, and me doing this, I wanted to start a conversation, just highlight it. I want to highlight the fact that people do struggle with things. Not necessarily like mental health. Take the mental health out of it. Let's just focus on the stammering bit. You know, you see people with, it's not disability, is it? But you see people with disabilities, and they're obvious, aren't they? It's that old saying, isn't it? Not all. What's that saying? Not all disabilities are visible, obvious, something like that, innit? And it's not until you start talking to somebody that's got a stammer, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. And it's awful. It really is awful. And the effect that it's had, I can deal with it now. But the effect that it's had, it really has. It shaped me to this point now in a lot of ways. Because my social circle's tiny. Polos have got a bigger circle in them than my social circle. But that's through choice. That is through choice. Like, I avoid. It's the avoidance. People with stammer avoid doing things. I hate picking up the telephone. If I pick up the telephone to have a phone call, a phone conversation, I kind of have to write little bits down that I want to say, because my head just goes. I just don't get the words out, or I miss important things. Even to the point sometimes, if I know my stammer's going to be bad, I will go to the shops out of town to do like a big shop to avoid bumping into somebody for the potential to have a conversation. That's how bad it can get sometimes, because my head just says I don't want to talk, because I feel like a twat when it happens, and I can deal with it. You know, I'm a big lad, I'm an adult, but there's still that little bit of, it's almost embarrassment. You almost feel embarrassed, even though the people you're going to bump into, you know, and they probably know that you suffer. Yeah, it's just really difficult. And I just wanted to bring it. This is going to sound like I'm absolutely waffling, and I am. I know for a fact I am. I've been wanting, like I said, I've been wanting to do this video for a couple of weeks, just to highlight it and, yeah, start people thinking that sometimes all's not what it seems. It really isn't. If I do a YouTube video, I can plan it, research it, do notes. I've even done little notes for this one because I know I'll forget half of what I want to say. But if I do a YouTube video, say 15 minutes long, the final edit's 15 minutes long, I've probably cut out another 10 minutes of that through getting halfway through something really good and the stammer kicking in and I have to scrap it, or I see something that's interesting And I talk too quick. That's another part of stammering. You talk too quick, you try and get your words out. It's all about controlled breathing and just controlling your speech. So I know for a fact, sometimes I talk too quick. 99% of the time I mumble, and people always say that I mumble, and it's not because I'm grumpy or I don't want to engage or anything like that. It's just my speech. That's my speech. And the times when I'm talking too quick, it's when I want to get the words out. So in my head, the quicker you get the words out, the less chance for that stammer to kick in. But that's counterproductive, because it makes you stammer more, because you're not controlling what you're breathing in your speech and that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's not always not what it seems, but I enjoy doing this. I love doing these videos. I love the outdoors, love going out camping, exploring, having a wander around. But doing these videos, it's therapy in itself. Because I wouldn't have dreamed, even 5-6 years ago, I would not have dreamed of picking up a camera, talking about whatever, and banging it online. I really wouldn't. The thought of that would have just, I don't know, it was just weird. It wouldn't have even registered for me to do it. But sometimes you just got to put your big boy pants on, haven't you, and give it a go, because you don't know the benefits of it. But it's benefited so much, even though I find it difficult and I struggle with a lot of it sometimes. It's good because I'm constantly learning, I'm getting better and more confident in my speech. So as I said, this in itself is kind of therapy. Poor old Cotton Power Station, what was once there. See, there's always something to see. Look, Trent's in flood. And it's very cold and very windy. So, I don't know, there's lots more I could say on this, but what I want to say is, if you suffer with a stammer, or if you're watching someone's video and you think it's shit, or they're not confident behind the screen, put yourself in their shoes, because you don't know how hard it is for that person to make that leap, put themselves out there. So, like I say, how many people are on YouTube, or how many people have access to you? Billions worldwide, isn't it? Billions. So you're potentially putting yourself out there for billions of people to watch you talking about whatever you want to talk about. And from that kid who sometimes can't go shopping for fear of talking to somebody and making himself look a bit of a bellend because he stammers, that's a big thing, and I'm quite proud of myself. I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own arse, because I'm not that kind of person, but I am quite proud of myself. Yeah, so if you do, like I say, before you comment a shitty comment on, because I've had a couple. My channel is it's nothing in the vast pond of YouTube. Mine's a little plankton sat in the corner. But I've had a few dickhead comments. There's always a keyboard warrior in there. There's always one, but 99% it's been really well received. And to each and every one of you that spends the time, and if you've got to this point in this video, well done. But for those of you that do subscribe and like and comment and say how much you enjoy the videos, absolutely from the bottom of my heart, when I say it means a lot, and it genuinely does. So thank you to each and every one of you, because the more I'm out doing this sort of thing, the better it's making me feel, the more confidence it's giving me. And if you're watching this and you are suffering, if you're one of those that suffer with a stammer, I feel you. I feel every bit of anxiety, pain, awkwardness, loneliness sometimes. I absolutely feel it, but if I can do this, then you can do it as well. There's nothing that you can't do. It just takes a little bit more time for us to say what we want to say, get our point across. And take whatever help and therapy that you need. And do it. Just get whatever, do it. Whatever you want to do it. Don't let your speech hold you back. I have. But I've loosened the shackles a little bit. And yeah, I don't know what else I want to say. There's lots I could say, and I'll probably finish filming this. I think, oh, I should have said that, I should have said this. But yeah, just do it. Just go and don't be a dickhead, don't be a keyboard warrior on people's videos if you see them struggling or look a bit awkward and all that sort of stuff, because you don't know. So I don't know how well received this is going to be, this video, but I just wanted to put something together to highlight that it's not easy, it's not all a nicely edited video. But I've done it in 2 parts. I'm near the end. I really don't know what else to say other than thanks for listening. If you got this far, you're amazing. And I've done it in 2 parts, which I'm quite proud of. I want to do it in 1. Damn you batteries. So anyway, thank you, and normal service will be resumed very soon. But thanks for watching, it means a lot, and yeah, thank you.